Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about A History of Violence over here, not American History X, that's for another time. And this movie stars Viggo Mortensen and is directed by David Cronenberg, I believe? Yeah, David Cronenberg. I've never seen any of his movies other than this. This is the only thing I've seen from him. And I thought this movie was great. Not perfect, but great. I have my own issues with it, and I'll go through those issues when I get around to them, but I'm going to stick on the positives for this movie first. And the positives for this movie is the story and many of the performances, especially from the adults in the film. You can kind of tell where my issues are going to start, but I'll get into them later. Viggo Mortensen is great. I love also his character, and I also love the relationship he has with his family, and I can't really talk about the plot too much because you can be spoiled very easily. And this movie is fairly short. It's like 96 minutes or something. It's a very short movie, very low commitment if you decide to watch this movie. And there is some violence, as you might expect, because the movie is called A History of Violence. And that's even what the movie is about. It's about a guy that has a history of violence. I kind of wanted to talk about the writing a little bit, and what I really love about it is all of the dialogue feels natural, and the characters talk like real people, and when there's drama, it feels natural and real. I would say for the first 30 minutes, the movie is... most of what I get out of the tone is something a little more lighthearted compared to the rest of the movie, where it starts to get a little darker, because things are being revealed about certain characters, and also they go through certain things that aren't very great to go through, to say the least. And my favorite character in the whole movie is a character I can't even say, because if I were to say it, then I would get into spoiler territory. I'm trying to very carefully talk about what I like about this movie, because... and the reason why is because it's very easy to spoil yourself for this movie. And I kind of have to tread lightly when it comes to talking about this movie. So just keep that in mind. There's not a whole lot I can say, but I still have a couple other things that I want to talk about. The music in this movie was fine. It wasn't great. It didn't impact me in any way, but I just didn't feel as though it elevated any of the scenes in any way. And it worked much better when there wasn't any music. There was plenty of violence in the movie, to the point where if I wanted to watch a violent movie, I would be satisfied with this movie because of what they show. There's some really... it gets a little gory, to say the least. Not to where it's really disturbing, but to the point where it almost feels like Tarantino level of gore. But less playful, though. The only issue I have with this movie are some of the child performances. The young girl in this movie, she was bad. I just didn't buy her in the movie. When she wasn't talking, I liked her, but when she had dialogue, I just didn't believe her character. And the son character, he was fine. He wasn't terrible, he just didn't amaze me in any way. But in the end, A History of Violence, it's a great movie. There isn't a lot I can say in a spoiler-free review. There's a lot more that I would love to get into if I was spoiling the movie. But I'm not doing that. And instead, I'm just going to give you my rating and final thoughts. It's great. Check it out. I don't think anyone would walk out of this movie unsatisfied, or I just don't see that happening. And I'm going to give A History of Violence an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of A History of Violence down below. And my social media links, they will all be in the description down below, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up. And that's going to be for Toy Story. It was just sitting around. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and I'm excited to revisit it. But until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.